Hi guys, it's a little after 3 on a Thursday afternoon. It is 60 degrees outside. It is the Thursday before Thanksgiving, and I am on my way home. And for those of you who follow my daily vlog, you may be saying, why are you on your way home at 3 o'clock in the afternoon? And that is because I had a meeting today out of my building, and those meetings usually end earlier because there are people who teach high school who get out earlier and they have childcare issues and whatnot, and need to leave earlier. So when those people kind of start dwindling out of the building, they begin to finish up the meetings, and that's what happened today. So I had a normal, typical Weight Watchers day. I'm going to tell you very honestly, I did not have anything that I haven't had almost all week. I had my egg cup this morning, which has no meat in it this week, so it was 0 points. I had my grilled cheese Olay wrap, which is just cheese inside the Olay wraps, and that was 1 point. And then I had some homemade tomato soup, which is literally just crushed tomatoes that I made into a soup. That's organic and was 0 points. And I put some basil and salt and pepper into that. And so that was 0 points. So that was 1 point. And then I brought with me, because I wasn't sure what they would have. I mean, I knew they'd have snacks, but I wasn't sure what kind. I brought with me some veggie straws, which are 4 points for an ounce. And an ounce of veggie straws, because they are so light, gives you an awful lot. And I actually counted out, because it also said a serving size was 35. So 4 points for 35, and I went ahead and took all 35. So I had 4 points for that. So my whole day so far has been 5 points. Couple of non-scale victories. Non-scale victory number 1 was that I was in a parking lot that shares a parking lot with Chick-fil-A. And everybody who got up and left this meeting for lunch, because we have about an hour for lunch, literally went to Chick-fil-A or Burger King or whatever else was close by and had fast food. And because you have long enough to come back, there were a lot of people who came back with the smell of Chick-fil-A in their bags. And I had 2 people sit on either side of me, and both of them were eating Chick-fil-A. And I had plenty of time, even after they came back, to go over and get some, and I didn't. I had exactly what I just told you, and I used a microwave that was in the building that I don't even know if I have permission to use. I mean, I don't think anybody's gonna tell me I couldn't, but I walked into, because this is an old school we're in that's not used as a school anymore, and it had a kitchen, and in the kitchen was a microwave. Old microwave, but a microwave nonetheless. And I went in and I used it, and I made my grilled cheese, and I made my soup, and I had it. Another non-scale victory today was that this morning there were Munchkins, and there was bags of chips and all kind of other stuff that was on the snack table. And I didn't touch any of it. I did put a Munchkin into my tracker just to see, and like a regular powdered Munchkin, which are not even that good most of the time, was 2 points. And I was like, I don't know if I care about a Munchkin that much to have 2 points worth of Munchkin. And I guess everyone knows what a Munchkin is, but just in case you don't, a Munchkin is the donut holes that they sell at Dunkin' Donuts. And yeah, I just wasn't worth it to me. Those 2 points were not worth it to me. So it got me to thinking, you know, a dangerous pastime. And as I was sitting in the meeting, there was of course times in the meeting where, like any other meeting, what they're saying doesn't pertain to you, and you zone out for a minute. And I started thinking that lately, I'm not very hungry. And you know, and my body, or my brain, I guess, started to rationalize this with maybe I'm getting sick because my nose is a little stuffy, and maybe because I can't really smell very well, I'm not looking for food. Then, you know, maybe it's, you know, am I being too hard on myself and telling myself I can't have this? You know, and I started coming up with all these reasons. And then I started thinking maybe perhaps the reason that I am not as hungry is because I have lost 32 pounds and my stomach isn't taking up the amount of room, you know, that I don't need that much room. The other thing, you know, and I think that's, again, only part of it. I think the other thing is, and this is just my, you know, I'm not a doctor, I don't even play one on TV. I think the other part of it is that when I plan out my breakfast and my lunch, and I say to myself, okay, this is the breakfast that I'm having, you know, with my apple, and this is the lunch that I'm having, there's no wiggle room. You know, it is what it is. I know that I'm not feeling unsatisfied. It's not like I'm done this food and then I'm like, oh my God, I'm ravenous. You know, and I think in the past it would have been, what else can I eat? Where are the sweets? You know? And I think that it's just that I plan my meals out and I have it, and I have resigned myself to the fact that this is what I'm eating, and I move on. The other thing is, and I've mentioned this several times, I can't have a meal. I just know myself. Breakfast is different, but lunch and dinner, I look forward to the little sweet treat at the end. Now dinner, as you know, I will usually have a 6-point dessert. I will take some Cool Whip and some yogurt, or last night I did Cool Whip and chocolate pudding, sugar-free chocolate pudding, which is even less points. That comes out to like 4 instead of 6. And I made like a mousse, and that was my dessert, and it was totally fine. But with lunch, I find myself also wanting a little sweet treat at the end. However, I've been saving my grapes until the end, and grapes to me are sugary and sweet, but also they're very filling. So when I save them to the end and then I eat them, I feel very satisfied. Like I've had my treat, and I've also am full enough that I can move on. Also, the little trick, and again, I stumbled upon this one. I didn't even mean to do this. I have a big water bottle that's, you know, like you've seen them, they look like a barrel, you know, and I fill that up with water every day, and I put it into my refrigerator at work. Well, of course, today I didn't have a refrigerator, but and I was pulling that out and trying to drink out of that, and the straw in that, I don't know if there was something wrong with it. I don't know if it just doesn't work correctly or whatever, but I would, you know, suck on the straw, and I would get so much air that I ended up drinking like less than half of that every day. Now I take that ice cold water out of my fridge and pour it into my Starbucks cup, add a little bit of Mio, and I'm drinking one of those a day. Now, I don't think that's very much. I think it's maybe 32 ounces. I'm not really sure. Could be a little more, but I wasn't drinking that in a day on a regular basis. Plus, I get home and I probably fill up that Starbucks tumbler, which is one of the real tall ones, like the Venti cold tumblers. I fill up one of those probably 3 times in the evening. So, you know, I'm getting a lot more water than I was getting, and I think that's also keeping me full. So those are just some, you know, mind thoughts that I had today about what's going on with why I don't feel so hungry. Like right now, I know it's not my dinner time yet, but I'm also not feeling really hungry. And I have to work tonight, so I'm going home to like make dinner, and it'll be done and ready to roll by the time my kids get home and by the time Norm gets home. But I guess by the time Carly gets home, Danny doesn't even eat at home. And it'll be ready to go. But I'm not like, I can't wait to get home and eat, you know? So I think that's a non-scale victory too, is that I'm just not feeling as hungry, but I also am not feeling deprived. I'm not running around going, you know, I'm not eating that, I'm not eating this, I'm not eating that. And making it a big deal and making it everyone else's problem. You know, I eat what I want to eat and I track it, and which is kind of the Munchkin deal today. You know, I put in the Munchkin as I was going to have it. I was considering having it. But I thought about two things when I was doing this. First of all, I thought, am I going to have one Munchkin? And if I have that one Munchkin, is that going to be enough? Am I going to be satisfied having that one Munchkin? First of all, I know myself, and I said no. If I have that one Munchkin, I'm not going to be satisfied. So then, that was my thought process. So then I thought, okay, so now I know that one Munchkin is 2 points, and most likely I'm going to have 4 or 6 points, because I'm going to want 3 Munchkins minimum. And then I said, no, definitely not. 6 points, no way. At least 6 points, not a shot am I going to do that for 3 pieces of donut. It's what it basically is, 3 bites of donut. No, not going to do it. So, it was just easier not to even take it. Now, normally at these meetings, they also have, I don't even know if you can see me because the glare of my phone is so bad right now. But I think it's my glare, not yours. See, I think you can still see me, but I don't even know. Anyway, I'm going to continue talking and then I'm going to get off here. But at these meetings, there is also usually candy bars. And, those little tiny snack candy bars, right? Snack size or fun size or whatever they're called. And I was really thinking today they were going to have them, being that Halloween was just last month. And, a lot of times people will come in and they've got... because they were on sale somewhere and they picked them up. And one of the strategies they tell you in when you're giving one of these PDs, professional developments, is that feed them and get them out early, right? So I was really expecting those candy bars. I was even considering that I was probably going to have one, because those are like 4 points. But they weren't there. And I think even if they were there, I might not have had it. I don't know, maybe. I might have. The other thing, I'm sorry that it's so bouncy. I'm on a bridge right now. The other thing, though, is there's some questions for me in my professional life that I'm really kind of soul searching and grappling with right now. Nothing that I want to go into, because we have a clause in our contract that says we're not supposed to talk about our profession, our job, the people we work with, our school, in anything that could be considered negative. Now, I want to reiterate very clearly, I am not being negative at all. I love my job. I love what I do. I am actually considering, instead of moving forward in my position, staying where I am. And it's the rest of that thought that I just don't want to go into, the reason why. And again, it's nothing negative. It's my own personal struggle. But I'm grappling with that, and I'm wrestling with some things in my own head that sometimes when I'm sitting in these meetings, I'm feeling, I don't know, I'm feeling disenfranchised. That sounds like they're bullying me, and it's not that at all. It's quite opposite. I don't know how to explain it without going into too much detail, but so I'm really questioning some of the things and the decisions that I'm making in my career right now. The problem is, I know me, and I like to accomplish my goals. So I've had this goal of what I wanted to do professionally for several years now, and I've been working nonstop towards this goal. And if I now give up on this goal, and I see someone else come along who maybe has just started the journey and achieved the goal, I don't know what that would do to me. And again, I don't want to do it because somebody else might do it. That's not what I'm saying. It's just that. So I remember when I wanted to be a teacher, okay? And, I remember talking to someone I hadn't seen since high school, and she was teaching at my kids' school. And I remember thinking, that's what I want to do. And I haven't done anything to get there. And here she is, done. She's a teacher. you know, and I remember thinking, this is what I have to do, and I need to do this right now. But I also remember feeling left out and a little bit like, oh, I should have already done this. So I don't know if any of that makes sense. I know I'm rambling, and this is not about Weight Watchers. This is about my career. But that brings me to the other non-scale victory for today. I am having these feelings. I'm having these thoughts, and I'm not looking to go and eat these emotions. Even though, so I get this way once a year, maybe sometimes twice a year, and I call it my weepy phase, where literally anything can make me cry, right? And I don't cry like boohoo ballin'. I get weepy, and I literally will have tears come out of my eyes for the dumbest thing. You know, show me a picture of a puppy right now, I'm going to cry, right? And it's usually when the weather starts to change and get colder, and it's right around that time, which of course both of those things are going on right now. So I am weepy. I am in a very weepy state right now, and I could easily eat that emotion, and that's what I've done. I've done that in the past. I have eaten the weepiness. I have eaten weepily, however you want to say it. I have done all of that. And I don't want to do that again. And I really don't have the desire to. I'm not looking to go and eat mindlessly because I'm weepy. I'm still weepy. I still think I'm going to go home and maybe have a good cry. You ever do that? You know, the women who are watching me, I think it's probably mostly women, but do you ever have a good cry? Tell me in the comments. What do you do? I used to go in the bathroom, close the door, and turn the water on, and I would cry just to have a moment by myself. But now I don't even care. Like right in front of my husband, I'll just be like, I'm weepy today, and I will just let it loose. So I don't know. It still might happen tonight. I really just don't know. But there's a part of me that's, you know, there's also a part of me that, because I'm angry at my own feelings. You ever get that way? I'm angry at my own. I'm angry for feeling the way that I feel. I'm feeling disgruntled at myself. And I don't know. I am just trying to get through, and I hate that feeling. I hate the feeling of just trying to get through. And that's where I am. Not with Weight Watchers at all. And not with my family or anything like that. It's just my career right now. And it's just, I'm just questioning it. Where is it going to go? I love what I do, and I love my job. I just am questioning what is my next steps? Where am I go? Or am I just going to stay here? Am I just going to stay here until I retire? You know, I got like 20 years before I can retire. So it's not, but I'm already feeling like I'm ready to start talking about it. I don't know. I really don't know. But, yeah, that's kind of where I am right now. Oh my gosh, I already talked for almost 20 minutes. So I'm going to jump off of here. I did not show you any pictures today of breakfast or lunch, because if you want to see them, go look at yesterday's vlog, because they're exactly the same. Do I have two different earrings in? Do I really have two different earrings in? How crazy is that? I have had two different earrings in all day. How nutty is that? Anyway, you know, no one even said anything to me. Whatever. So now I feel stupid. Anyway, maybe that's why I feel imbalanced today. But anyway, if you want to see what I ate on Weight Watchers today, go look at yesterday's vlog, because it's exactly the same. So whatever I eat for dinner tonight, I'll show you, and I will take a picture of it and tell you how many points it is. But I can tell you, yesterday I made chicken tenders, and there were some left over, so I'm planning on taking those, cutting them up, putting them into some one of those Lipton noodle things with some broccoli, and having that. And I will just be very careful with my Lipton noodle broccoli piece of it, or Lipton noodle piece of it. And I'll have mostly chicken and broccoli. But that's my plan. But I have 25 smart points. So, you know, I'm not too worried about it. I have to work tonight, so I will get back with you later tonight. I'll show you my food. But in the meantime, please, thank you for watching. Please like my channel and comment below and share if you want to. And please, please, please push that little subscribe button on the bottom. And that way you can be notified when I make a new video. And everybody, please have a great day. Tomorrow is Friday, and hopefully I will check in with you maybe tomorrow morning, maybe tomorrow afternoon. I don't know, but I will see you guys soon. Bye.